Welcome back. Welcome home.
What episode?
298.
298.
Yeah.
Close call.
I was trying not to not get it right.
Yeah.
But I did.
But
get it right.
you flubbed it right away, and that's okay.
But I corrected it.
You got the mistake out of the way early, and now you're going to be flawless.
Yeah. Speaking of mistakes.
You said mistakes.
Speaking of mistakes and mistakes.
Yes.
We're here at 12 o'clock.
Davey made a whoops.
We got to call you out. Just kidding.
let's call me out.
I'm kind of happy I get to see you earlier.
Yeah, no, isn't this better?
Yeah.
It just happened, but it's a whoopsie.
You know what's funny? I was away from Dave for a while, but I was like, no, I'm not. It was the same amount of time.
Same amount of time.
But I was doing some work stuff out in Maryland. So
The Wire?
It felt, The Wire. Let me tell you about The Wire.
Let me hear about it. Is it?
Maybe 10 people came up to me, random people.
Really?
Yeah.
Like for what?
They were like, you are here, but no, they weren't. They were like, you have crack. Someone came up there was like, my car is not working. And I'm looking down the road. I'm like, there's no car. What does that mean?
Where's the car?
There's no car down there. They're like, yeah, my car's over there. I'm like, oh, I don't see it. Ooh. So I was like, oh, I'm from Jersey. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a bad move. Like
to say where you're
then
from.
I'm a real foreigner then.
Jersey?
You know? Yeah, it's like, I don't know these parts.
Carry some weight though.
A little bit?
Right, Jersey's got some rep.
I guess so.
Right, we got our
Mafia,
darker areas. We've dealt with some.
Don't say darker.
Not like that. I mean, like crime ridden. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Like, like it's not.
Yeah, I got you.
Nothing to do with that.
I got you, man.
Man, right? We're off to a great
rocky start. Dude. A rocky start.
Davey made a whoopsie daisy. Davey made a whoopsie Davey. We're gonna call it a whoopsie
Davey. Look at that.
Made a little mistake, man. I'm on autopilot. I've realized like too often. I just drive to work. I don't think twice.
Yeah.
And I forgot my schedule got shifted a little bit today, and thankfully I called you. We figured it out. We're here.
Yeah,
we made it. Podcast still comes to you guys. I feel good. Well, dude, what do you think happens after we die?
Okay. Hagen's career coaching.
I feel like you're stealing someone else's O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Hagan career coaching, guys. Out of college, you know what I did? I didn't get a job. I sent a bunch of resumes and I just didn't follow up on them. Mm-hmm. Don't be like me. I want you to be prepared. I want you to be ready for those questions. I want you to ace that interview. It's like a game. You know what I mean? We got to game the system. We got to get the tools. We got to learn how to do it. How are we going to do it? We got to call Coach O at O'HaganCareerCoaching.com, guys. He's been in it for 35 years. He's got so much experience. Now he's passing that on to you guys. Dave, what specialties does he have right now?
A gold package, the silver package, and the networking package are all available. You got to go to the website, check out the details. But again, he's going to get you guys the jobs you're looking for. He's going to help you with these interviews. I can't say enough about this man as a human being. You're going to want to work with him, especially if you're uncertain about your future. Go to O'HaganCareerCoaching.com and win.
Anytown, actorslab.com. Guys, acting is a dying art form. I said it. That's the truth. People are not putting the same effort into it as before. Things are not as good as before. We got to keep sharpening that tool. We got to keep putting tools that we need in that tool belt, right?
That's right.
That's what they teach.
That's right.
And at Anytown Actors Lab, Adam Louder in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area, he's a great person. He's been doing this for a long time. He's been teaching other people, and he's been giving away gems. You know, he's been, how do you say it? Living truthfully under imaginary circumstances.
Boom. That's it.
And that's the simplest form of acting, right?
It's the most honest.
The most honest.
The most impulsive.
Get onto TikTok. You can learn for free. He's got online free consultations right now. Classes are filling up. So if you want to get one, you're going to have to act fast and start learning and sharpening that tool again. AnytownActorsLab.com.
Bye.
Shout out to the patrons. Patreon.com/You Are a Podcast. Guys, we love you so much. You've given us money. You've given us funds. Given us laughter, fun, and love and life.
Look at the studio, man.
And look
where we are.
Dave got a poster.
Come on.
Look at that.
Come on.
See what you could influence.
It's because of you guys.
With your power and contribution. Influence. It gives you a stake in our company called the You Are Here. And that's how business works. Patreon.com/You Are Here podcast. Thank you.
Boom.
Oh.
Just like real simple.
Dude, you know, no, I gotta be real. Like,
yeah.
I've seen way too many things, even like, especially like personal through people I know, of like, even to me too, stuff happened too. Like a sign that someone is like there, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
Like a butterfly. Like I saw a video of a dude, like, they were at the grave or like of the anniversary of like someone's death. And like, there was like a butterfly and this guy had his like finger out and the butterfly went on his thing and was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like they were freaked out. And then they put their hand down and it went away. And then he put his hand out and it kept coming back and back. Like whenever he put it up. Whoa. It's like, what? I don't know. It's a weird coincidence.
Something, right?
Personally for me, I had like, I was moving around recently, or 2 years ago. And
like housing? Like,
yeah. I was helping my parents move and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we went to this one place and when we moved in, I don't know, we had to move a lot of like old stuff from our house and everything. And we had a lot of stuff from my great grandma that, you know, she passed away. And we were all very close to her. And she would always say, I was going to come haunt you when I'm gone. As like a joke.
Funny, man.
As a joke. Just so funny. But I remember we were in that apartment and we were talking about it. We're like, oh, I remember when she used to do this. And then like randomly the lights just flicker on and off. And I was like, what?
Oh.
And that happened again another time. Like the next year. Same thing. We were like randomly just like reminisced, quiet. And then lights start flicker. We're like, what?
That's like her winking at
and it's never happened ever. Like, just normally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Is that just a coincidence?
Do you feel like you've grown in the spirituality department in the last like year? Or where are you at now? Let me open it up. Where are you at now with your spirituality? What do you believe? What don't you believe? What do you feel, Mike?
I think I'm in a kind of a similar, like if it was like a range of like where you're at.
Like I believe or
I'm
I don't
probably
believe
still, I'd say like,
or is it like a bunch of different beliefs?
Yeah, all different beliefs.
Got it.
And in the middle is kind of like limbo.
This is like an open field.
Or not limbo, but more of just like an undecided.
Okay.
I think it's I don't know. I still feel like I'm in the same spot. I don't lean in a particular path or a particular thing.
Are you in the limbo?
I'm in limbo, but I have a more understanding, I think, of the connection to spirituality, if that makes sense.
Understanding to spirituality.
Yeah.
Right on.
Like having a deeper connection with something that's outside of myself.
Got it. Got it.
Without it having to be labeled or something like that.
Got it.
You know?
Yeah. Because
I don't know. It's like, it's funny, when we had Evan last podcast, shout out Evan.
Shout out.
My brother was like, it's cool like how you were able to navigate the question that you guys had at the end of like your spiritual kind of, I don't know, there's something that you were, what was the question? It was something that you were struggling with spiritually or something.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you know, you guys were like I remember you saying, you were like, oh, like even if you don't, you know, believe or something, then like what if you could still come up with something.
Right.
And he was like, it was cool that you could like navigate it through like still using that kind of like spirituality and, you know, making it make sense to your beliefs kind of.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I think I want to be like the poster for that kind of person.
Right on.
Whereas like you don't know, it's tough to like, you just Hail Mary pick one. Like, you know what I mean? It feels like that. Like to me, it feels like that sometimes. I don't have a straight connection with just a single sect of it, you know?
Yeah, dude. I think that's such a good place to be. It's like, I don't know is so much more, there's so much more opportunity and I don't know than I just blindly know for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're saying I don't know, it's like you're not saying no.
Yeah.
It's a no for sure.
Yeah. And like for me, it's like if someone says, "Oh, because you're like that, you're going to hell."
Oh, see, that's rough for me.
Well, I don't believe you.
That's rough for me. That's rough for me.
I don't believe it.
And I think that's my hang up with a lot of what I believe personally. Like it's like this is the book. It says this, this, and this. So your homeboy or your wife or whatever, like they're going to hell.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah.
And people will look at me sideways, whatever, but I think it's all a one-on-one relationship. Your spirituality is your spirituality. It's not yours and mine and theirs and them. It's yours.
Yeah.
So my relationship with the universe or nothing or God or Jesus or Muhammad or whatever is my relationship. And so I think that's why I always kind of get to a point where I see friends diverge and like people I know diverge from what I believe. And that's okay with me, man. Like, I'm not going to believe everything you believe. It's for me, it's my personal thing. It's what makes my life better. It's what fills me with hope more. It's what helps me through tough times more. And it's my relationship. And I feel it strengthen as I get older. So, and I guess that goes for everything. You're not going to agree with everything everyone says or everything a doctrine states. It's not all these things are going to check off for you like 10 out of 10 perfect. You're an individual. You're complicated. You have a lot of things going on. You love different kinds of people. Like, I don't know, bro. I believe in a loving God that isn't going to cast away his creation because they were born in a different place or they didn't come to know this book or whatever. Like, sure, maybe I'll mention it once in a while or like I'll let you know what I'm believing, but it's never to be like because I'm better than you or whatever. You know, I have a very sour taste in my mouth for when I see that in others.
Yeah.
That kind of like sense of like, we've got it figured out. And like, you better get it figured out too, buddy, because we're the winning team. We're the winning side. And like, I disagree. I disagree. I just don't see it that way. People are always like stunned, like, what do you mean you married who? What? How do you know all these other things about these religions, whatever? I don't know. I believe this thing. She believes that thing. I love her. I think we're going to the same place. And like, go fuck yourself if you don't. Sorry. That's my opinion, man. My friends, whoever thinks that, I disagree. I love you. I lovingly disagree with you.
I'm with it.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
It's my relationship. And that's it.
Dude, it's like the fact that like that I feel like is the cause for so much just like in history, like the war.
Dude, I was thinking about this.
Death and everything just because of a disagreement, you know?
And it could be over like...
Yeah. That's what blows my mind is like how... Like to me, I almost think I'm like, oh, isn't it just like there's all religion, like different religions because the world's big. And it's all coming from a similar thing. And
isn't this funny that we're all in the same place at the same time? And like are the major religions that are following, you know, that people are following and fighting wars against each other and stuff are based in love and loving your neighbor. It's unreal to me.
Yeah.
That like, that gets overlooked and we as people like contort it and we get like, I don't know, territorial and like whatever, major, like much more stuff. But like wars were fought back in the day over like an acre of land or a woman. Like, people dying over that. Like it's wild what we've gone to war for in like human history. It's wild over a cave or a type of animal that we were eating or what, you know, just. Or I don't like your shoes. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. The kind of like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah.
This conflict we have with each other as people who are the same. We're so alike. It's nuts. And we believe a lot of similar things just on the whole. There's some outliers for sure. But like, I don't know. It's wild to think human history, all this like crazy wars and like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a scary thought.
It is
scary thought.
Do you think? Do you believe that God has special places for certain people? Like,
in what way?
Like for the wrong people, for like people that have committed sins and murderers and
yeah, I'm a
That's
sinner.
another thing that like for me too is like it's like the right. Like Jesus died for sins, right?
Right.
But then like the measurement of in our like society,
right?
You know, the grave is sin, or
right?
Is that a thing you think?
I don't know.
You know, it's like is there value on sins? You know,
value?
Yeah, on like different sins, or is it all kind of the same?
Sin's a scary thing to me. Sin is like it's me taking an action to turn my back literally on the the force that loves me the most and wants me to be a force for good here.
Yeah.
To do well for him. So when I sin and I sin again and I sin again, I'm actively choosing to like turn my back. And that's dangerous because I know that's like decay. That's like if you like there's a crack in something and you kind of like allow it to fester and you keep turning your back and you don't get it fixed or worked on or whatever, you don't turn to the source. For me, that's a dangerous thing because I know this is going to hurt me later on. I'm going to be in a much worse position and I'm going to be a much lesser individual than what I could be if I try not to sin in the ways I actively know I do. And that could be the way I look at people with like patience instead of like a loving empathy instead, or just patience, just straight up patience and understanding instead of like an egotistical, I got to get somewhere, like get out of the way. You're in my way. I want to win. I want to have the best podcast in the world. So get out of my fucking way.
Yeah.
You know, let me use this guest to try to bank off their following or whatever.
You are here. You are not here.
You are not here. Got to keep it real. You realest podcast in the game. That's what we always say.
I mean, Jim won't admit it, but
one day Jim's going to fuck it. And let me say this.
And he's not coming on after that.
Let me say.
And he's not coming on after that.
And he's going to hear this.
Yeah.
We're the realest podcast in the game. I put that on everything. I'll put it down. Because we keep it real when it's ugly.
We do. We ask about God's place.
Yeah, bro.
And talk about habaneros.
Scovilles.
It's Mystic Mike. It's Cryptic Mike. I brought something here.
Oh, what'd you bring? Yeah. Okay, I'm all.
I wanted to read a little thing because I saw it. You know when you see it. You know when someone has a TikTok. You know when someone has a TikTok and they put a beautiful video quote.
Do you cry every time you go on TikTok?
Yeah.
I cry once a scroll on TikTok. I tear up once a scroll.
They put a beautiful quote thing that's perfect for your life, and they put the music like ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. It's like slowly coming in. You're like, oh. You know,
it's the best.
It is the best.
That TikTok.
I want to live in those moments. You know, if I can make real life, if I can make that in like a drug, it'd be over.
God.
But it was a quote from James Baldwin.
Oh, great.
A great one.
Great writer.
And hopefully I can read my handwriting because I was trying to jot this down.
He was a philosopher too, wasn't he?
Yeah. Right?
Philosopher, writer. He was a activist.
Yeah.
James, yeah. Okay. Hit it.
He's a very... I don't know. I love if Beale Street.
Beale Street could talk.
Oh,
me too, bro. Good, man. That's the song. That's the song you heard in the TikTok.
Yeah,
100%.
Exactly.
Play the music.
Love has never been a popular movement, and no one's ever wanted to be free. No one's ever wanted really to be free. The world is held together. Really, it is held together by the love and the person of a very few people. Otherwise, of course, you can despair, walk down the street of any city, any afternoon, and look around you. What you've got to remember is what you're also looking at is also you. You could be that person. You could be that monster. And you have to decide in yourself not to be.
Thank you, James.
Telling you, dude.
What does that make you feel, bro? What are you thinking? What did that do to you?
I feel like we talk about it so much.
We do.
You know, and it made me think of that conversation we had with Dave from Covenant Cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
Homie.
Shout out.
He was talking about like how we've, you know, it kind of goes back to the whole thing about like sinning and stuff. Like we've all done things that are wrong. And like sometimes like it's just so easy to like, you know, on a bad day, you could just turn around and you could literally go down the street right now and destroy your life. Go to prison, go do everything. You can go jump off a bridge. You could do whatever. But like, I don't know. It gives me kind of, it makes me feel good to put it like in the most simple way that like, I don't have those feelings and I'm able to like appreciate what I have and be able to live, you know? And the fact that there's like, you know, that makes me want to be there for other people to like help, right? You know, to be there, you know, because we've all been in that fucking place, you know, we're like just a hand to reach out.
Oh.
I don't know. That makes me want to. I don't know. I want to choose to reach out that hand. You know?
Yeah, man.
What about you?
Yeah, dude. Thank you for sharing it. It made me think of, I mean, off of what you said just now, how important it is to, because you're talking about, you're only able to do that, or at least the way I'm perceiving it is, you're only able to go want to help people, to have that desire to give love, like James is talking about, because you are grateful for what you have. So your life you're looking at now and you're like, I'm grateful for this, and it makes me want to go hit the street and like extend the hand, give the shoulder, like open the ears up to another.
Yeah.
You see the monster, you see the passerby, whatever, and it makes you think, that's me, and I'm here for that. Like I'm here for that. There's some story I heard. It's like a little Christian, like a short story, trying to parallel the importance of empathy for people. And it was something along the lines of like, the idea is summed up that when we die, it's like a theory. Maybe it's not a Christian thing, it's just a theory, that we all live each other's lives over, and like you keep doing that until you lived every single life ever. So imagine that, like,
Yeah.
You are gonna be the guy in the street. You're gonna be the lady at the store. You're gonna be everybody. You're gonna live that life. So that kind of thought, I mean, it's just a wild theory, but in theory, like that would mean we are each other. And it's very easy to say, when you're not in the right mindset, when you're not taking care of yourself well and taking stock of what you have and all you're grateful for, when you're not in that grateful place, to look at another and be like, we're different, man. At least I'm not that guy. He's got a lot of issues, that guy. Me, I'm chilling. Like, I got some shit not going right for me, but like, that guy's screwed. Instead of being like, what's the purpose of all this? Is it just to get a bunch of stuff? Like, am I just trying to acquire as much as I can while I'm here? And bro, like, for what? For what? I pursue a thing 15 years. I did it feverishly for 10, a decade, with a desire to just get you to think I'm great. Meanwhile, I'm sweating bullets every day and like hustling and like blindly moving through things and trying to trick people and fucking take. It's supposed to be a give, I think. Like there was nothing in it when I was take. And you lose the thing you enjoy doing because you're not giving it away. It's all for you. It's a trick. It's smoke and mirrors trying to get your ego fed. Instead of like, the second my attention's off of me and I'm looking at you and I'm saying, how can I help? How can I give away this thing that I think I've nurtured for you? Then I'm fulfilled and you're fulfilled. It's a mutual enriching. That's what we're meant to do. That's what we're here for. There's doctors that don't give you a second. Doctors that won't even talk to you. They'll just take this, do this, whatever, bye. You feel like shit. They probably feel like shit and you leave. There's doctors that sit and they talk to you, they look you in the eye and they're like, man, you know it when someone's really listening to you. You know it when someone's got another idea and they gotta get out of the room. They got something to go to. And it hurts. It hurts because it feels like they're not looking at you like you matter. And they're on to the next thing. They're chasing some other thing. I felt that way many times. I still feel that way many times. I do that sometimes. When I'm not in a good spot, when I'm worried about something, when I'm worried about my life, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? So I don't know. I mean, I think the goal is, the fight is every day. The challenge is, how do we get our attention on each other with the loving idea of like, you're me and I'm you. We're the same. Some different circumstances here and there, but we got the same things flowing through us. We're susceptible to the same things. We definitely have thoughts we need help getting out and like sharing with each other. We need time spent. We need touch. We all struggle with the same things. And we're running around acting like we're different from each other. I don't know. I think the world, and James is saying, it's like it's a few people that are choosing to like love. Yeah. That's holding this whole thing together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a scary thought. Imagine there was more of us. Imagine.
Yeah.
And that's your call, man. Like you said, you got free will. You could go jump off the bridge. You can go, ruin your life. You can go hurt some people. You can be selfish. You can give it away too.
Yeah.
You can give a few seconds of your day away to somebody that you don't even know needs an ear. But they do. Today I was walking the dog. I'm thinking I got to get back. We got to do the pod. I made a whoopsie Davy. Woman comes out of the neighbors, Pete and his wife. Beautiful people. They love Teddy. Teddy runs over them. He's freaking out, right? And I'm like, dude, Teddy, we gotta go. In my head, I'm like just sweating it because I'm like, I know I got to get back. I want to shout, whatever. And wife comes out and we're talking, and I'm like kind of half in because I still have that lingering thought, like I gotta go. And she's like, wow, what kind of dog is he? And this and that. He's so sweet. My son had a dog. The dog died, but he's got a new one now. It's a golden doodle. I'm like, oh, that's cool. What's Teddy? He's a Shih Tzu. He's, whatever, this and that. And she goes, well, we got Teddy now. And she started like petting Teddy. And she's like, he's so sweet, this and that. And Pete's trimming his tree or whatever. And I started thinking like, she hit me with this. And I don't think this is said enough. At the end of the conversation, she goes, I'm not going to hold you up anymore. I think she could sense like I was. Oh. She says, it was a real pleasure talking to you. Oh. And I was like, she just said that last little bit. And I think that's God. God is trying to say to me, this is what it's about. Don't forget. Through her, this is what it's about. It's a pleasure talking to you. It's a pleasure. That little bit of time we shared, like that meant a lot to me. Even if it's a little thing, even if it's just like looking, a stranger in the eye, being like,
I wonder if she
got the dog and like she was happy to be around the dog, and that gave her. She's an older woman. I don't know what it means, but it meant something to me when she said that.
I bet like throughout the whole day, there's just like little things being dropped at all times, and you're just like looking by
opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Damn. It's
good to be surprised by people. I think that God works through people.
Yeah. I think on the other side, I get surprised by people in a bad way.
Hell, that happens too.
Like right now.
Uh-oh.
I think that's really pissing me off.
Uh-oh. You're mad?
I'm a little mad. Okay. There's people that are...
Do we need to go to war? Is it wartime?
Probably.
Wartime for the You Are Here podcast?
There's people that are thinking that hurricanes are cloud seeded.
What does that mean?
Like the government is making them. Oh. Like conspiracy.
There's always going to be that.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. There's always going to be that.
Are we just never going to accept global warming?
Do you mean climate change? Do you mean climate change?
Is that just not a thing? I remember growing up, it's like all we ever talked about was global warming, climate change.
Yeah.
I took like mad courses on it. I took a college course in high school about it. It's like all these books and the research, like how could it not be real?
What do you think we're going to be wrong about in 100 years when like
everything,
our generation or our kids look back at us?
We're going to be made out of plastic. We're going to just turn into plastic figures.
What do you think we were wrong about though? Like when they're looking back on us, like remember like our grandparents, great grandparents, they all smoked. And it was like fun. It was like candy. It was it was like dessert. It didn't matter. It wasn't a health effect. Now we look at them and we're like, holy shit, they were smoking packs of cigarettes a day, every day. Kids having kids smoking cigarettes. They didn't care. They didn't know. What are we getting wrong?
I don't know, man. I think like a lot of things.
They're gonna look back and be like, oh, I think you're right.
I think we're all gonna become blind in like 500 years.
I think you're right.
Just straight up.
I think you're right, dude.
I don't know. We're probably like our eyes are going to be so like weak that they're going to just start deteriorating when we're like 50.
Yeah.
To a certain point.
Say that about pinkies or pinky toes or something. Pinkies.
We're gonna what does our pinky toe do?
It stabilizes you. It's really important. You don't think about it.
Why is my pinky toe kind of like a triangle?
Is it like pointy?
Kind of.
You got little daggers?
It's got a little dagger.
Wow. Yeah. If you kick somebody, they're cut.
You know what's one tip I want to give people?
Yeah.
Just find out your true shoe size. For real, dude.
What do you mean?
I remember growing up. I remember my parents like, just click the toe, right?
Yeah,
like feel for the toe.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like sometimes like those kinds of things. I'm like,
Feel for the toe.
it doesn't make. Yeah, but what do you mean? Like right at the end, or like a little bit before?
A little bit before. You need a little bit of give.
I know, but there's just something like it doesn't make sense fully. It's like one of those like half things. It's a half truth, you know.
What do you think? Like,
I think I bought shoes for the first time in my life without it being the wrong size.
what shoe size are you?
10
Wait.
and a half.
That's such a. Wait a second.
Yeah,
Whoops.
I know.
Back up.
I know.
What do you mean?
I was wearing size 9 for like the longest.
And you think you're a 10?
I'm like 10.5.
You're a 10 and a half?
Yeah,
You were wearing a shoe size and a half smaller?
a shoe size smaller, probably.
You were wearing 9s.
Yeah.
If you got 10 and a half, that's a shoe
Well, like
size
I don't get
and
a
half.
lot. I get like 10s probably. 10s is like the norm.
Wait.
But for certain shoes, I got to get 10.5.
Wait. Okay. So you've been wearing 9s.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's walk through this.
Okay.
Your whole life you've been wearing 9s. Your adult life.
Yeah.
And then you tried just recently, you bought a pair of shoes?
Well, like back when, shout out Carl, he helped me pick out a
The running sneakers.
running shoe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I like actually tested it and like sent it back and got a new one. I'm like, oh,
Right.
this is different.
So 10 now is the size.
Yeah.
And you're all your shoes now are 10?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't they do
So
that?
I think I was like binding my feet.
I was
like
going to say, wasn't
like a
that
Chinese
like a Chinese
concubine.
woman? Yeah. Would
Yeah,
bind her feet.
I was binding my feet to look good.
little dainty feet.
Yeah. For the king.
How do they feel now?
Oh, it's amazing.
Did you feel a difference
Yes.
right away?
Yes.
Did you experience foot pain?
I think the problem is like throughout all these years, I've been like running and all this stuff
Yeah.
that like I think my balance was like like the way I run, like everything's off.
Oh, dude, I run like a jalopy.
Yeah.
Like I run like it's just like all stuff just bouncing around.
Yeah.
I don't know what angle.
I think that's bad because now when I step, it's like I'm like I don't know. I'm in different spots now.
Yeah,
It's not good.
I feel like when I'm running, I just ran yesterday. I feel like I could feel this side of my leg, like the lower part, the muscle that runs along the outside of your shin.
Yeah.
Like one side's hurting, one side's not. One side my foot's like tilted in, one side my foot's tilted out, and I'm just running. I'm just like run. I don't know. Like, how do you work? How do you make that work?
How do you run?
Yeah.
How do you run?
How do you run like it's perfect? Like my arms are kind of out a little bit. I'm like, I don't know if I gotta tilt the elbows in or what. I don't know proper running.
I remember one time I was running. We were running laps before a game during soccer, and this one kid was like, "Why do you run like that?" I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
bro.
I don't know. Am I bad? I don't know.
I just can't get it perfect.
Yeah.
There's probably no perfect, but I wonder what kind of damage I'm doing.
There's got to be a lot of damage. It's not good.
This
Can't be good, man.
This I feel. The outside leg thing I feel.
Yeah.
But I mean, and my knees I'm worried about. Because if I'm coming
Yeah.
down in certain angles that are not
My knees
like-
make crazy noises.
they crack, they pop.
Yeah.
I heard that's normal though. Like
Really?
that's a okay
That's
thing.
healthy, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's weird how just like the body works. And,
Yeah.
like there's fluid between the nerves and joints so that there's like lubrication and all this shit.
Perfect design.
Yeah.
Perfect design.
Crazy.
Dude. Hey, so things that we look back on in 100 years, our generations to come are going to be like, why were they like this? They got it wrong. Why are we so obsessed with true crime? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
murder shit.
Mm.
Why on my drives and my walks and my whatevers am I listening
Because
to,
we're
like-
just so bored.
are we just too bored?
Yeah. I remember though, like there was a significant feeling of bored when I was a kid. You know that?
You felt very bored?
But you know, like bored felt like an actual thing. Like a thing I can grasp.
I never
I
felt
feel like now
very bored.
I don't feel bored.
You don't feel bored anymore.
Not really.
Okay.
I'm more of like, oh, like I have time. Time to chill. Okay.
Yeah.
Time to do nothing. All right. Let's do it.
Let's rock and
Yeah.
roll.
But I remember growing up, it's like you're watching like the fifth rerun
you're
of
right.
like
You're
the
right.
Fairly Odd Parents.
You're right.
And you're like, okay, like what do I do?
But that's all there was.
what the hell do I do?
Well, we had books and shit, but
Oh yeah.
I was glued to the
Books.
TV.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know. My favorite shit was going to the library, to be honest, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, when I was little.
I kind of like going to like libraries or bookstores. Just Scholastic Fair. That was my shit. I like that.
What'd you get at the Scholastic Fair?
I got all the cheap books.
The cheat code books?
Yeah, the Guinness World Record books. That's what I got.
They had
that was my shit.
One of my good friends had he was obsessed with the Captain Underpants books.
Oh, those were so good.
Do you remember those?
Yeah.
The comics?
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved every time he get a Captain Underpants book. And I was like, dude.
They don't.
I had enough money for like an eraser or some shit.
I didn't have enough money.
Or the pen that could do the different colors.
I was a bad kid and
You didn't get sent with the dollar?
I took a book.
You stole it. Everyone always.
But why do we have to pay for books?
Oh, bro.
Just saying it.
I stole a girl's pen. Brielle. I'm not gonna say her last name.
Did you sniff it?
I stole it. And then the class was like put on notice because she was like,
shit.
This was like third grade, and she was like,
someone stole my pen.
Yes. And I was like, oh fuck. I thought she would just like be quiet about it. And like
everyone would turn to you.
Everyone froze, and the teacher's like, who took it? And I remember nobody said, and I wasn't saying it. And so she's like, okay, fine. And the teacher was like making a point. She stopped everything. She put us in a ring.
No.
And she went through each of us.
No.
You know what my move was though?
What?
How sly I was?
I gotta go to the bathroom.
No. Before we were getting set, I fucking pulled it out. It was one of the oh my god, I remember what it was.
You pulled it out and planted it?
I planted it.
You're crazy.
It was
dude.
one of the ones where
you're insane.
It was an eraser thing. It came in like it looked like a pen, and it was little erasers. And you would push it and an eraser would pop out and you could do this. Boom,
yeah.
Boom. It was like Pez dispenser, but erasers. And I took it because I thought it was the coolest thing. It was like a zebra. And I before we got on the ring, I remember I fucking and I like Sly Fox, bro. I like snuck around her and like threw it in like that little groove in the desk where the pens go.
Yeah.
Right on the top. And I just sat and we sat down and she's like, Dave, did you steal? I said, no. I don't have nothing.
I have
opened my pockets out. I'm like, no, nothing. I'm empty. And then like Brielle looked at her desk. She's like, it's here. And I was like,
what a waste of time. Idiot.
Yeah, dude.
Idiot.
See? What a silly move. Yeah, bro. But man, I felt like shit. I never felt good when I did shit like that. You know, I think some kids feel good when they get away with shit. I felt terrible.
I was guilty, bro.
Right?
I felt always. I
hate that guilt feeling.
My guilt would run so hard. My frown would just go like.
I know.
I couldn't even like look normal.
Do you think it's good to like establish that in a kid? Like when you do bad shit, it's bad. Like you're supposed to feel bad.
I think so.
Yeah, right. Because that's like the good angel and the devil thing. It's like you got to have that thing that's like, hey, bro. Like,
that was the main thing I saw, but like kind of mess up a lot of kids was when their parents were just like, wow, what are you doing, Jimmy? Like, stop.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't really get disciplined and like wouldn't really be held accountable, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I think that was kind of...
Or they didn't exist.
A lot of them are kind of not doing well.
That's what I'm saying.
So...
It's when they're not... When a parent isn't... You know what I thought, bro?
A parent isn't there, basically.
I mean, that's
kind of what it is.
That's when you don't have that, like... You don't have that scale.
Yeah.
It wasn't established. Or you have to go look for it elsewhere. But that's a dangerous thing. But I thought, dude... I was thinking about... So all of my friends are having kids. Everyone's having kids.
Yeah.
I was at a baby shower last weekend.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. She looked amazing. But everyone's popping out kids. And I'm like, I was thinking about being a dad. And then I was really like alone. I was thinking about it, mulling it over. And then I was thinking about my dad. And I heard a conversation where like someone was talking about being a father. And they were like, it's all about like you change as a person because you're no longer living for yourself. And I hear that over and over and over. I'm like, well, what does that feel like? I don't know what that feels like, right? I know in my own ways, like I'm not living for myself totally like I was anymore. Like I have a wife and I'm not just pursuing things crazily to gain. I'm trying to give things away, but I also don't have like a little guy or girl or, you know, baby that I'm like, oh, it's for you now. Like something clicked. I can't understand that until I go through it. And then I thought, wait a second. Because I try to rationalize like what my father's doing. And I'm realizing now I can only meet him halfway because I don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And then I'm thinking, wait a second, but when I have a kid, then I'll know what it's like. And it's like, no, because then he'll be a grandfather and you won't know what it's like to be a grandfather to an extent. You know, I'll never, and then I thought, I'll never be on the same page as him. Like as far as that goes,
Yeah.
like we'll never truly understand life the same way because he's older and he's done different shit than I have that I can't catch him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm always kind of going to be like, just out of
until the
reach of
end,
like,
kinda.
well, yeah. And then it's like, he's not going to be here for that or I won't be, whatever. But like, so stop trying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's always going to be like a part of your existence that like you can't, the people that came before you, you can meet them to a point, but they've experienced more than you have. So you can never understand it all. And I think that's where a lot of like friction comes from is like, oh, I know what it's like. Truth is like, he's at a later stage than I am and I don't know it all. And my mom too, I don't see what she sees all. I didn't experience it all. And I can't be on the same page totally. So stop trying, Dave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, do it like me. Like, do this, tweak this. Like, you guys, don't you see this? Like,
yeah.
how dare I, bro? Like, I'm fucking half their age. Like, I've seen half the shit that they've seen and experienced and changed and gone through. They know what age is like real age. I know I'm still moving. I'm still shaking. Like, I'm still doing my thing. Like, I don't know what it's like to wake up in aches and pains all the time. That's just one thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like to be a parent. I don't know, and all that comes with it and the sacrifice and all that. I don't know what it's like. So it just gave me like a different lens of like, how foolish are you, Dave?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but sometimes I'm like, oh man, I don't know. There's still some validity to we can't just be not I don't know, like paid attention to for like in that spot. For sure. We should be able to get on some page.
I agree.
You know, not the whole book. Yeah. But at least a page.
There's some middle ground to make.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I can't be all like, do it like me. Why don't you see it like me?
Yeah.
It's like because partially there's fractions of it they could see it like me and I could see it like them, but I can't see it all like them because I haven't gone through what they've gone through.
Yeah.
Right or wrong.
Simply. Yeah.
So that idea of like me trying to catch up and always kind of, I'm always going to fall short because I can never catch, like the second I become a father, he becomes a grandfather.
Yep.
Or a grandmother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'll be a new experience that they're going through that I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird, it's like a weed thought. I don't even smoke weed, but it's like that kind of like get high and think about weird shit thought. It was like, I was sitting in bed like, whoa, that's true. I can't catch their experience.
That's why I always felt it was so cool when, I guess only one time, but when me and my brother like were 3 years apart, but in college we had like 1 year.
Yeah, you guys
in the same spot,
sunk up,
and I was like, yes, dude.
Yeah,
and it was the best time ever.
That's a dream come true.
You can never really get that again.
Nope.
You know, always gonna be somewhere else. It's gonna have a kid, then I'm gonna be a no kid, and then it's gonna be again, and then yeah. You're always like. Everyone's always moving kind of in the same spot. Like time moves at the same pace.
Yeah.
You know?
For everybody.
But we all are like, and we're all in like a place.
Yeah.
Like in line.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Have you had any revelations lately?
Revelations?
Or any kind of like new shifts in the way you think about life? Anything I wouldn't know?
I think there's kind of this through life. We kind of stay the same in like certain aspects. And I don't know, I could feel like I'm veering off paths, but I can always, I don't know. It's funny, like, something feels like it's like my whole life's going somewhere else or changing, or I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who I am. But for some reason, like one random day, something happens and you're just like, not really. I'm just the same, like, I don't know. It's like the simple things that, like the things you like or the people you love or I don't know, the place you live. It's like, it could be scary that like so much is happening as this time's going, but it feels just sometimes it's hard to grasp that like we're still just the same person in a way. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that. I like that there's that thing, but it's so funny to like, you know, keep like lose myself so far sometimes or like I don't know, just get mixed up in all these like thoughts and feelings and all these things. And I'm like, at the end of it, come out of it like, and being like, what's going on? What am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, like I just gotta keep coming back to being me, you know? It's so hard sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. You're always you. You're always like living your life. You can't live no one else's life.
Yeah. It's like a friend is like someone that like you, like I can count on, like doesn't like I know is going to be there. You know what I mean? Like for me, and I trust that. And I believe that it's like, we kind of have to think of ourselves too, as kind of like a
Friend.
person we can go to.
That's
you know,
great thought, man.
because these times I don't feel like I don't know who the hell I am. Like I'm losing myself. It's like, no, he's still over there. Mikey's still over there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All the stuff you have in your room, all the memories and everything, it's all still there.
Yeah.
You just gotta say hi. Don't ignore it.
Yeah.
Don't be like, oh, everything's gonna change.
Right.
Because it's not really that. It's just adding on, you know?
It's just adding on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Dang, bro. It's like walking through life and you're just acquiring things as you go.
Yeah.
It's still you. You're just picking up things as you go. You know, knocking off your path, finding a way back on it, you know, whatever. That's a beautiful way of thinking of it.
Yeah.
For sure, man. I like that. I think it makes me think of like I was told like when you're ever in a tough spot, think of like you at 8, like little you in the photos, you know? Like, what if that kid came running up to you now? That's still you, right? And that kid's confused, or that kid's, you know, uncertain or doubting himself or whatever. What would you say? And like, dude, when I think of that kid, I'm like, bro, you're so good, man. Like, you got this, buddy. You got this. And my heart would just like explode for this child. You know what I mean? Because you know what you need and needed. And you know, like that innocent thing is still you. Sure, you've made mistakes or whatever. We all have hurt people and we've done things we've maybe regretted or maybe not. Maybe we're just confused and like lost, feeling lost. But I like that thought someone was trying to pose to me. Like, really sit there and imagine that kid, man. Like, and they're coming to you, like, for that. Am I a good person? Like, am I okay? Is this going to be okay? Fuck yeah, it's going to be okay, man. Like, you got this. You got this. All the shit you were worried about back in the day, like, didn't it turn out all right? You're fine. You made it. You survived. You got stronger because things didn't go your way or whatever. But you should be proud of who you are. You know? You should be proud of who you are. Not in like a, oh, wow, I'm the best. But like in a, yeah, man, we've been through some stuff. And we are here. We're strong, man. Look at us. We've tried things. We've done ventures. We've started businesses. We've loved people. What? We're good. Stop sweating it. Nobody's got to figure it out. Nobody's got to figure it out. Everyone's asking themselves the same questions and worried about the same things. And everybody's sweating it. But like, you're doing a good job. You know? Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Chin up, chest out, keep going. And yeah, you definitely surprised yourself, I'm sure, when you look back, you're like, damn, we've come a long way. I have. I look back, I'm like, bro, that little dude was scared. That little dude was like, what? I'm just going to like follow the leader until like I just survive this whole thing and then I die as an old man. And like, did not think I'd take the roads that I've taken. Not at all. Not at all, bro. Not at all. And I'm grateful for that journey, bro. And I'm I love that little dude, man, for how far he's coming. Yeah, that's it's a rewarding, like, beautiful thing to look back on all that time. It's a long time.
Yeah. What's one thing you think is stuck through?
Since that,
Yeah, as a kid.
oh, that's a great question. I gotta keep it real. It's the realest podcast in the game.
Mm-hmm. Dude, when I was in Maryland, a million mosquitoes.
Is that you're itchy?
50 million, dude. And I'm gonna be real. I think it gave me like malaria or something.
Oh no, you got sick. You're hurting.
I'm itching. I'm feeling things I've never felt before.
Sorry, Mike.
It's crazy.
You got chewed up.
Yeah.
Dang, bro. It's a hard question to answer.
It is.
Let me think.
Come on, something came through all the way.
I think I believe in love. Like, I've always believed in that. I've always... Yeah, I remember being little, bro, and being like, fuck, I love my family, dude. Like, oh, dude, the love I felt from my dad and my mom, my friends. Like, that was always, like, the reason. Like, I don't know, I just fucking... When I'd be fantasizing in the backyard by myself, I'm, like, thinking about, oh, dude, I'd be doing this with Mike, and we're playing swords and shit, and, like, fighting orcs in the back. You know, like, I was always thinking about the people I loved. And, like, I think I got very blessed very early on. I think my wiring was like, this is the point. This is the point. Like, you're supposed to love each other. Like, that's the point of this all. The other stuff's, like, not fun at all without that. It's not worth it without that. And that idea, however it crept into me, was like, it exists still. That never went away. To the point I do weird shit as an adult, where I'm like talking to customers, and, like, hugging them and getting to know their, like, families and shit. And I do weird shit like that.
Yeah.
But I like that. I'm like,
it's not weird, dude. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, weird to others. Cool to us.
Yeah.
But that's I'm glad I didn't lose that yet. I fight it sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it's
like a...
You get older, it's tougher to like believe in love, but like that's the good fight.
Yeah. I think like one of the things that have purely like not been degraded in any way is like creativity.
That's so good.
Has always been the best ever.
That's beautiful.
As a kid, growing up to now, I've never been disappointed, like, in just like the amount of things that are out there.
All that's out there.
That is just being pumped out.
Yeah, you seem to be
forever.
The kid that never like the world never shrank.
Yeah.
For that kid.
Yeah.
It's still huge and like there's so much out there, and that's the way you see life. I can tell.
It's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I love it. To think that like now it's just the click of a button. It's kind of sad.
Well, it shrinks it.
Yeah. It's a little bit sad.
But even so, you still find like there's so much out there.
Yeah, yeah.
That creative like ideas.
The deep little niche things.
Yeah, bro.
Are the best. I love it.
Dude, I walked in here the first day and this was like nuts. This side of the wall was like already set up.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the like, look at all the creativity behind you and like wild shit. Like you did I don't even know how fast it just went up. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
All this character and like all this creativity and all this stuff is behind Mike, but it makes sense. It's like, you're just creative cat, man. Yeah.
I don't know. They're just, I don't know.
Someone said that about you recently.
Really?
Yeah. I won't say who, but someone was like, when I met Mikey, this and that and whatever. And he's like, he's into so many cool things. And he just like knows a lot about wild stuff out there in the world. And like, yeah, like he's a creative dude who like tries different things and like does different.
That's like the best part about living.
I like this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It is.
I think it's what I admire about you most.
Thank you.
Like one of the major things.
I don't know. It's just there's so many different, like there's different people.
Yeah.
There's different every single thing on earth. There's difference in everything.
Yeah.
But it's so, I don't know. It's so vast, you know, that but it doesn't get overwhelming.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like you can get overwhelmed by work, by life, by friendships, by, I don't know, love, by all these things. But that is like, I don't know, it's just like for me, I guess it's like a bottomless pit. It's like, there's no like depleting the creativity, like, thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I love it. You know?
That's how I feel about people.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about
awesome.
like that share stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But you see how we each have a thing?
Yeah.
Like,
That's cool.
That's the thing I think you got to hone into and like try to mine for and be like, oh, this is my thing.
Yeah.
Someone gave this to me, or I was born with this, or I found this, or whatever. But this gives me a reason to go.
Yeah.
This fulfills me. Now, how do I like do this the rest of my life? How do I focus in on this and like?
I always thought
I
always thought I need to just like make a YouTube channel of like diving into things.
I would like to. I watch your shit just selfishly. I'd like to watch it.
Yeah.
You should do it.
I do. I might. Yeah. I've been wanting to do that for a long time.
Yeah, man.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, bro.
Just weird shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, dude. I would like to join you once in a while.
Yeah.
Like not on everything, but like on some things I'd find it interesting.
Get your take on something.
Because I get overwhelmed sometimes with like the world. So I'm like different from you in that way. Yeah. But that's what makes you
so
you.
Interesting, dude.
Like you and Jordan talking about Bergheim. Like I want nothing to do with Bergheim. Like I'm overwhelmed by the thought of Bergheim. You know what I mean?
I probably would never go to Bergheim.
Bergheim.
I'm good.
You sure?
I don't need to go piss party, you know?
I don't.
You know?
I don't have that pirate in me.
Yeah.
Like that thing.
I guess it would be like, if I was there, I'd be like, all right. Like if I woke up and there was a door and I was like, it's Bergheim. Do you go or not? I'm like, all right, I'll go.
You go in.
Yeah, I'd probably go.
I feel like if for the story, I'd go in and then I would like be like, we did it. And I'd turn around and be like, all right, guys, I'm going to go get like some food and I'll see you guys later. Like we did it. We got in. The whole thing is getting in.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Bergheim's like one of the most
top secret
secluded,
clubs.
like you can't exclusive. That's the word. You can't get into this club. It's so impossible. There's a dude named Sven who's like tatted up like crazy German guy in like spandex, and he's like ripped, and he's been there for decades. And you got to line up every weekend and go to this dude Sven at the door on this line and try to get into Bergheim. And it's the most secretive club. Like people have heard what's in there, but no one has pictures, nothing like that.
And no one ever talks about what's in there.
And that's the whole point.
And that's the weird part.
I've heard things, but
just know if we go. I feel like if you're a person that would talk, you were not getting in.
Yeah, I would talk.
You know,
3-day party, right? So it's like Friday to Sunday.
Yeah, and
just the craziest shit in the world happens in that club.
Something about it.
But right away, I'm like I seize up. I'm like, I don't want to know. That's not my thing.
What about
piss party? Not my thing.
What's like the nichiest thing you get into?
Food competition stuff. Now I was big into that recently. Last of Us, the video game, huge.
Ooh.
I'm obsessed with it.
Heck yeah!
I just started playing it. I'm like,
you did?
It's unreal.
I was on the play it.
Oh, Mike,
it's good.
Any narrative story that like it's all about the story in a video game, I'm in.
Yeah.
I was playing Red Dead,
and
then I just pushed it to Last of Us because my cousin's like, "Oh, my favorite's Last of Us. It's better than Red Dead." I was like, "Let me be the judge." Cruise through it in like 2 days.
Hell yeah!
And now I'm like playing the second part of the game. It's crazy, just as crazy, if not crazier. But it's just all about the writing and stories and shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's niche, but I love it. One more niche thing. Oh, I'm not a niche guy.
What's like the YouTube video you'll watch about like a topic for like it's like a 3-hour video? Do you have one of those?
Oh, anything like documentaries about historical figures. Like podcasts and stuff about like US presidents and like old conquerors and like
Yeah.
I'm all over that shit.
Yeah. I've been wanting to get into more history stuff.
I'm obsessed.
I want to
with
get
it.
into it.
I know weird shit about civil wars and like
Yeah.
the Roman Empire and like all that shit.
Yeah.
I just listen to it nonstop. I don't know why.
You're the Roman Empire guy?
Yeah, I just don't know why I listen to it. I don't know what is. I'm obsessed with like.
Back is so itchy. Sorry.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry.
What's a niche thing you're into now that you weren't into before that I wouldn't know?
Right now,
What's your YouTube channel looking like?
I wish I could pull it up. Damn it. I mean, I was gone for a little while. So I don't know. What's something? Damn.
Nothing. You're not interested in that.
No, I got nothing right now.
Okay.
I got nothing right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't.
My last question for you.
Yeah.
What?
No.
Okay. How do we
Nothing.
engage our audience?
Hello, guys. Welcome to the You Are Here podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the bell.
Give it a chokehold. Strangle it. Strangle that bell.
I think we got to just...
What's the move? Quiz?
Yeah, we're at the end. It's like, let's start thinking.
A brainstorm sesh. And I think we're including you.
And if someone has an idea.
Yeah, we'd love an idea.
Because clips is like, okay.
We're going to keep doing
It's
that.
not working.
Well, we're going to keep doing
It's not working.
it. It is working. People still respond to the
I think
clips.
if we... You know what we got to do?
Don't say that.
We need to separate ourselves from the crowd.
I think we do that.
But
How do we do it?
we do separate ourselves, right?
Yeah.
But
I love this. I love you so much.
it's like,
That smirk.
to find out how we separate ourselves, you need to invest an hour, right?
Yes.
And that's tough.
No,
In this economy,
we could do that. Hey, we could do that.
we could, but it's more of like a slow drip where people are like, oh shit, like,
Yeah.
this is the realest podcast in the game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now, how do you not influence? How do you, what was the word you used?
Integrate?
You never used that word before. You've never said that.
Why did I got nervous and then I just threw like a big word out there. You said influence, I thought integrate. I got nervous and then I shouted out integrate.
What was the word? Shit.
Engage.
Engage.
There it is.
Integrate. Engage. Yeah, that. We should probably like post on our account, like the Instagram, like
Yeah.
ask a question, do a poll.
Yeah.
I think the cool thing we were doing is like the little video stuff. I can do that.
I love that.
On the street stuff too. I think we got to keep doing that.
Man.
Gotta keep doing that.
Yep.
I don't know. Stuff that worked. Maybe we got to look at stuff that worked. We kind of know. It was like
we know what was
on
working.
the street stuff.
That was big.
You know, clip stuff is still, stuff
Live
works.
shit. I think we should start
Live
doing.
shit.
Well, we got
The
300
controversials.
300th episode. How about this? How about this to engage our audience?
Yeah. We got to hype up the 300th.
This is the clip. This is one of the clips for the week. And maybe this is something we just share.
Yeah.
300th episode's coming in a couple weeks.
Guys.
We're thinking about doing a live. If you want to be involved in the live, either in studio, how about we open the door?
Yeah.
In studio or Zooms.
Zooms.
Why don't we take the first 5 people that reach out?
Yeah. Let us know.
If you want to be in the
Send us a message right now. If you're trying to be on the podcast, you can be there we'll have the date right here and the time.
Mm-hmm. Special
Special guests.
gifts.
You're involved.
How about we get them special gifts?
Special
too?
gifts.
For our 5 guests.
I'm down.
Let's just see.
Yeah. let's do
I
it.
would love that. Meet 5 new folks.
Make a t-shirt.
Boom. Who knows? It's a surprise.
Who knows, guys?
It's a surprise.
So let us know if you want to be part of the 300th You Are Here podcast special. Be a part of it with us. If you want to, send a message to us right now. And we're gonna take the first 5 people. And this is it. How many years now? 6?
Going on 6.
Dude. We're old.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, bro.
All right, that's the clip.
That's the clip. You Are Here podcast.
6 years. Shit.
Is it going fast?
Dude, I was 22.
Yeah.
Guys!
You had like an existential. You were just sunk into the dark place for a second.
I'm telling you, dude, I could act.
You can. That was good. You went to.
Give me. We gotta do. Oh my god, one of the things for the podcast.
Hit me with something.
We gotta do like prompts.
I would
acting
love that.
prompts.
Let's do it.
We should do it.
Yeah.
For
real.
For the 300th.
Okay.
We should do like we come up with prompts.
I would
We should
love
do
that.
a script reading kind of thing, maybe.
Okay.
We should do something like that. That'd be cool.
Okay.
You know,
I'm down.
I feel like that'd be fun.
I would love to.
We could do it with guests.
Yeah.
We could do a scene
Yeah.
per guest.
Yeah. Maybe if they're comfortable with it.
No, they're forced to.
Okay. You guys are forced to if you're.
No. What else could we do? Come on, let's think of some stuff.
We're gonna brainstorm. But this is the end of the episode. We
No,
gotta
dude,
wrap it up.
We need one more thing we're gonna do.
One more thing.
Come up with it. What are we gonna do?
Eat hot peppers.
I was already gonna do that.
No, I feel like you were.
I was already gonna do that.
I don't know, bro.
My name is Mike. I'm signing out.
My name is Dave. I love y'all. Please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to one another. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm so itchy.
Okay, now I gotta really do it. Dave, you have to. Don't look behind you. We're good. Yes! I don't want to look at this anymore.